today we're going to be focusing on making sure we're looking at side kick and back kick, making sure you have the appropriate setup, you're striking without them knowing you're going to strike, you're going to hit with the right striking weapon, and you can recover. So before we make it too complicated, a lot of time in martial arts we want to do all the fun fancy kicks, which is fantastic, but we tend to many times forget the basics and leave them behind, and we find ourselves in trouble. Remember, most fights are won with the basics, which make up 80% of your arsenal. And without those basics, you can't provide a platform for the more fancier, complicated techniques, whether it be spinning kicks, whatever it might be. So what I always do is I always start my sessions with just drilling the mechanics of the basics. And that way, it's like any sport. Maybe a golfer, they'll just go to the driving range and continually reinforce the basics. Whether it be a soccer player, they'll reinforce kicking that ball, making sure they do get that opportunity in the game, then they're going to hit it spot on and it's going to go in the net, or engulf the ball into the hole or into the green. So yes, you've got to sometimes get yourself out of trouble with fancy techniques, but you also always have to make sure you drill the basics, not till you get them right, but till you can't get them wrong, which is never. So let's have a look at the side kick, and we're going to look at setting this up, because the side kick is probably one of the best weapons, particularly for point fighting or taekwondo continuous type fighting, because it's a long range weapon, and it's like the jab in boxing, right? It's got long range, you can strike someone, you can keep them away, and you can keep your body away from their target, or your body being the target away from their striking weapons. And it can also provide a great platform to set up back kicks and spin kicks and blitzes and all sorts of stuff. So let's start with the side kick. First of all, ideally when you start with your body in alignment with the target. Make sure you put your back foot slightly rotated backwards, about 75 degrees. But always give the impression that you're fighting front on. Even though your back foot's in a position to kick, make sure your front looks like it's in a position to punch. That way, if you're always like this, then they know you're going to do a side kick. You want to make them think, are they going to do a side kick, or can they punch, side kick? You can do both. So you turn your back foot to the rear, about 75 degrees, depending on how flexible you are, sometimes less if you're more flexible in the hip. And you have your front weapons, right, ready to jab, and you can do a cross off the line. So let's just start with the basics. A lot of time people do a side kick, they will what we call half step. They'll go from here, and they go, bring this foot up, step, and that's like saying, I'm coming. As soon as they see that back foot come up, they know you're coming in for a kick. Then they step up, then they kick. And even though you have a fantastic side kick, it never actually hits because you give them a beat to get out of the way. So as you step up, they either hit you or they get out of the way. So today's drill is to stay in range. Before we start moving to the side and moving back and moving forward, let's get the basics right, the mechanics of our basic side kick. Then you can start moving it off the line, back, forward, side to side, in and out, whatever other words I can come up with. So from here, the basics is from here, be able to just lift the front foot and strike their ribs, and ideally you're going to strike with the heel, right? Because that's a small area of concentrated weight going through it. So the more the impact, the smaller the area of impact, the more concentrated the force. It's like a spear. The sharper the edge, the more it's going to cut through. So you want to be doing a side kick. I know different martial arts hit with the foot sword or the blade of the foot. But ideally, if you really want to create a bit of damage, then kick with the heel. Hitting with the heel is like hitting with a sledgehammer. Right? It's a concentrated boom. But hitting with the blade of the foot or the foot sword is like hitting with a spade, you know, or a shovel, like this, like a slap, versus a concentrated fist with the knuckles. So ideally, when I'm here at battle and I'm doing side kicks, I judge my kick by how I can kick without letting them know I'm kicking, without giving any indication, like a step up or lean back. So I try to keep my body as neutral and relax as possible, like this. So from here I can jab, or I can also just jab, jab, kick, side kick. And my body stays in the same structure. I don't go, ooh, or lean back. I try to stay upright, try the side kick out. Now, so the first thing is be able to kick without moving this foot forward. Just step, lift with that foot down on the same spot, lift, kick, down. Hands up, lift. You may want to do this without the bounce first. Just lift, lift, kick with a slight slide. Or just do it on the spot to start with. Lift, kick, lift, kick. And I'm hitting with the heel. I always have to feel my heel on there, because many times with a competition or a bout, I only get 1 or 2 chances to land the side kick. And when I land it, I want to make sure it counts. Not only counts from scoring a point, but also counts that it's going to hurt them just a little bit to make them second guess or think twice about coming in again. They're going to respect that side kick. If they're always worried about your side kick and you're thinking about that, then you can start using your other drills or your other weapons, fake and use your punches or your back fists or your spinning kicks. So from here, to start with, lift, kick, and you're hitting with the heel. Once you've got that, then bounce. Make sure you don't bounce in, just bounce up. So mid-range, and from here, to here, and I step back to exactly the same spot I started. So what I don't do, I don't go kick off to the side, or kick off to the side, or kick, step down. So I step down, bang. If I step out here, bang. If I step down here, bang. They'll be able to counter-attack me. So I kick the heel and come back. So from here I just relax. I have the hands up as if I can jab, right? And then I just bang and back. If I do it faster, I do it with the heel. And I come back. That way, if they come in after the kick, like from here, and relax, I can kick again if they come in after the first kick. Or if I'm in the same basic position, they come in, boom, boom, I can punch. Because I'm back to that basic frame where I started. Rather than kick, I'm in a poor position. They can come over the top. So number one, be able to kick with a good frame, kick without stepping, and return. The return is really important. Because return is you hit someone, get out without getting hit. Hit someone, get out. If they come in, you can hit them again. So this simple drill is quite simple. You just basically, and don't drill this till you get it right. Drill this that out of 50 times of doing it, you get it 49 times. Because there's always going to be that one time, you know, there's an earthquake and you might miss it. So from here, just relax, how it is, relax, and disguise the kick in the relaxation of the movement. So it's relax, 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 kick. No, relax, relax, kick. Where you're tensing everything up to try the kick. Where you're hoping. So it's just from here, it's on the spot, come up, 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 up. Hit it with the heel. And I'm returning to the same spot. Because I'm in that spot, I can come off, I can punch, I can kick again, or if they come again, I can back kick. So I see a lot of people not perfecting the side kick. Then I move on to more fancy kicks. And they end up with an arsenal of very average kicks. Where when you win a competition, the person who has brilliant at one kick will always beat someone who's average at a lot of kicks. As you heard Bruce Lee saying, I don't fear the person who does 10,000 kicks once, I fear the person who does one kick 10,000 times. From the great Bruce Lee. So that's your side kick position. You can do the same in the same position for a turning kick. Front foot turning kick from here, I just lift and kick from there. And I focus on, once I get it right, I focus on that nice whippy speed. At any time, I should be able to jab and kick from here. So I just use a bit of deception. I might from here, throw it up. Whether I do it at the same time or I do it after, either way depending on what works. You just feel your opponent out. But anytime you're always in that position, you can strike. Like a rattlesnake, you're always ready. And they're following you around. At any instant, boom, you can hit them. Lightning fast with great balance. From here, always have it as, if you're moving, you do the same thing. You're always moving to take advantage of that little opening that may open. Where they may do a kick and they fall off their balance. They do a kick, they fall off balance, and you just take advantage. Or they kick, and I've done it many times. I've done a kick and they've fallen short, they've lost their balance with their kick, whether it be an axe kick, or side kick, or turn kick, or back kick, and I've just given them a bit of room, and as they fall, I just snap that right into their ribs. Take the point, give them a little bruise, a little heel hickey to take home with them. Now, the other is back kick, which is also like a side kick. A lot of people wind up, just keep it nice and simple. Just keep it aligned with your target there. Think you're in a corridor, so the kick doesn't come around to kick, it goes through the middle. Like you're in a corridor and there's two walls down here, and I have to kick in the corridor. So what I have to do is I take this foot, replace this foot from here to there. Right, that's all I do. I just switch the feet. From there, and relax. And I bring this foot back because that gives me room to throw the kick. That way I don't do this. I've got no room to kick, unless I'm chasing someone. But very rarely does a back kick work when you're chasing someone. Back kicks and side kicks are better weapons for counter attacks or intervening attacks. As they come in, bang, simultaneous counter. We hit them as they're coming in. So if they're coming in, they're actually closing the gap or shortening the range. So you can open the range by moving this foot back here and then kicking. So from here again, you want to be striking with the heel, because that's going to hurt in the ribs. It's like a big hammer rather than a flat face of a spade or a shovel. So from here you may want to just start just stationary. From here, I just go from here, and I'm hitting with the heel. From there I just start from here, and see how I land back in exactly the same spot. That way if they come back in again, I've got room to kick again. But if I go, and I land here, I've got no room. So I've got to come back to the same spot that I launched the kick from. Hit and back. Hit like a jab. Hit and back. Don't hit and stay because you get hit. Same applies with kicks. So from here, on a stationary position, I'm in alignment here, and from there, and I'm still in alignment here. So I can still kick with this foot, or I can do a back kick with this foot. And make sure that when you hit, it's heel. You should feel the pressure of the heel going through there. Because even if you don't hit very hard, being hit with a hammer is going to hurt, even if it's not swung very hard. Hit with a spade, you've got to swing it really hard, and it still dissipates the force over a larger surface area that decreases the concentration and the impact of the technique. So it's like a slap versus a punch. And you can use punch with the whole fist, or you can do a punch with those two knuckles. I guarantee the two knuckles are going to hurt a lot more than the whole fist. You hit with the whole foot or the heel. The heel is like the two big strong knuckles. So once you've got that, then you have some fun. Just hop and make sure it's nice and relaxed, nice and upright. No big swinging movement, no arm movement. Hands in front as if you're punching, because they're thinking side kick, they're thinking jab, they're thinking off the line cross. They're not sure what's going to come, and anytime so I can jab, and I can just go from here, see my position, back to here. Sometimes it's a good kick and hold that position to say, yes, I'm in a good position. From here, there, good position, good distance. They're going to have to bridge the gap again to get me. I've hit them and I've come back out. From here, one more time, nice and relax. So from here, I can kick, I can kick, or kick, all from the same launching body position. Once you've got that, then you kick and then keep the bouncing. As if you're sparring from here, relax, 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 like so. And then you can combine them by doing like a side kick from here, then to there, like so. But that's the next stage, and I hit with the ball of the foot then, by the way, so that was all a sloppy kick. So go back to the basics, work on the side kick, maybe stationary first, then hop, body alignment, relax. Always think, they must think that I can throw a jab or cross, or a turning kick, jab, turning kick, side kick, any kick from that position. So you disguise it by keeping your body neutral, relaxed, and then move it, kick back, kick back. So frame, relax, disguise the kick in the movement of your setup, launch the kick without letting them know with any precursors or half steps, straight up, and make sure you recover. Same with back kick, there, relax, and I'm out here again to spar again. So my suggestion is those two techniques are essential, because what comes off the side kick and a back kick is not the other kicks. It'll be a turning kick, or it might be from here, there, even a back hook kick. The other thing is side kick, it's got a jab, it's got a turning kick, right, I draw you, and it might be a back hook kick. Just skin the nose, yes, but that's another kick to look at another day. So practice that, not till you get it right, but till you can't get it wrong. Basil, that sound good? Woo! I just took him with the toe, yes. How cool is that? Ciao.